I bought a lot of leather and a lot of sequins, and I started making, I was go-go dancing for fun, so I started making my costumes because it was cheaper and also fun. And it's a really big influence on the music because I sing about the lifestyle. I'm not making underground music, I'm making pop records about an underground lifestyle. That's the difference. The Lower East Side, there's like a little bit of a metal glam scene, and I started to sort of take, you know, elements from that I liked. The rock star's girlfriend. That was the real beginning of my fashion. It was not so much I want to be the greatest rock and roll band that ever lived. I wanted to be the greatest rock and roll band that ever lived, lead singer's girlfriend. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the girl backstage at the Motley Crue concert in the feather dress doing Nikki Sixx's eyeliner. You know what I mean? Like, it was just kind of different. But I'm also obsessed with Versace, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Fendi, Valentino. I mean, like delicious fabrics and cuts and silhouettes and the way that you can change the way a woman's body looks, the voodoo. I mean, that stuff is my life. So it's, how do you make $5 look like $5 grand? How do you feel like $5 grand when you've got $5 in your pocket? And I'm not like, I wasn't a poor kid, but I said, Daddy, I want to be a rock star. He said, go be a rock star, you know? So I figured it out. And in downtown New York, and really in New York everywhere, really in the world, you have the ability to self-proclaim your own fame. You have the ability to experience and feel a certain amount of self-worth that comes from a very vain place by simply like your choices, your opinions about fashion, your opinions about music, your opinions about politics, the way that you walk down the street, the way that you carry yourself at parties. I mean, you can literally choose to have fame. And that's what this whole album is about. And I really, honestly, do not care a tiny bit what people think about it, because I'm not posturing that it's good or that it's bad. I'm struggling with the idea, and it's affected my life in the most positive way. I mean, if anyone said, who is Lady Gaga, I would be okay with, she is the most impressive con artist of fame. I mean, I literally trick people every day into believing that I'm somebody, and I'm not. I mean, look at Paris Hilton, right? She's like, I mean, I love her, and I'll tell you why I love her. Because she is a rich girl who's done nothing, but everybody in the world knows this chick's name. How did she do it? She chose it. She took it. It's like, I mean, there's all of these socialites, the underground, but I'm using an example like that because it's something that everybody can relate to. They know who she is. For me, it was going out downtown and realizing that there was a social class, a small one. I mean, there was literally like the top tier of Rivington Street, and I'm like, who are these kids? Who the hell do they think they are? But that's exactly it. It's the nerve. All you gotta have is nerve. That's the one thing that keeps me up at night. I say to myself, who the hell am I to do what I do? Why do I deserve this? Who am I to do this? And then I remember that I'm talented. And then I remember that I'm actually very good at what I do. I'm extremely educated, but that's not something that I'm not like one to like be defensive about my work. It is what it is. You either love it or you don't. Most people like it. But yeah, I mean, it's about taking pop culture and taking the media and using it in a positive way. Look at Perez Hilton, for example. You know, he completely grabbed fame by the vocal cords and choked the world using fame, using people's obsession with the celebrity. I mean, why? Who really cares, right? Why do we care so much? Well, I started playing piano when I was 4, around, you know, about, I'd say 12. I was in a boutique in New York, and I was singing a Backstreet Boys record. I forget, I think it was I Want It That Way. I think that was it. So I was singing this Backstreet Boys record, and the guy that worked in the store, Evan, I still remember his name, I haven't seen him in 800 years. He goes, "Are you a singer?" And I said, "No, I was like," and I'm 12 years old, like, what am I doing in a boutique after school? It was just kind of one of those really random moments. And he said, "Well, you've got a really great voice. I think, maybe you should call my uncle. My uncle, he teaches voice." His uncle was Don Lawrence. And anybody in the business who knows about music teachers knows that Don Lawrence is by far the best teacher in the world. So he had, no room between Mick Jagger, Bono, Christina Aguilera,